come a little closer, son, daughter. Imagine we're sitting together on this old wooden porch, the sun slowly sinking behind the fields. I want to share something I've carried in my heart for many years, something I didn't learn from books, but from dirt-covered hands and tired mornings. I started working when I was just a child, and while my body slowly wore down, my soul filled up with lessons I wish someone had told me sooner. So sit with me for a moment. Breathe slow. Because what I'm about to tell you might stay with you longer than you expect. I'm just a simple man. I never wore fancy suits, never worked behind shiny desks. My world was the open land, cold mornings, muddy boots, and the quiet sound of roosters calling the day awake. I'm 82 years old now, and when I look at my hands, full of wrinkles and scars, I can see my whole life written there. From a young age, I learned something hard. Life doesn't hand you much for free. Everything that truly matters takes time, patience, and effort, sometimes even quiet tears. But I also learned something beautiful, that sacrifice, when it comes from love and not fear, becomes a gentle way of living. Today I'm not here to brag about how hard things were. I'm here to sit with you, like a grandfather talking to family, and speak slowly about what truly matters: work, time, family, loss, hope, and the quiet peace that only comes when you finally accept life as it is. Let me take you back to where it all began. Let me tell you something. I was only 7 years old when I started waking up before daylight. The air was cold. The house was dark. My bare feet searched for warmth on the wooden floor. I still remember my mother standing by the stove, stirring something warm for us before we left. We didn't talk much. Mornings were quiet, respectful. My father never gave long speeches. He just nodded. That meant, let's go. We walked together toward the fields with tools on our shoulders. I was small, thin, weak in the arms, but strong in the heart. Today I see children sitting in soft chairs, staring at glowing screens, and I don't blame them. The world has changed. But sometimes I wonder if they'll ever know what it feels like to earn your bread with sweat, to fall asleep proud after a long, honest day. Those early years taught me discipline, taught me patience, taught me that comfort doesn't build character, effort does. And yet, there was joy too. Laughing with my brothers, playing in the mud after rain, feeling grown up just by helping. Working together made the load lighter. But what came next? That was harder to carry. And then I learned something else. Tiredness never really leaves you. It becomes a quiet companion. By 12 years old, I worked like a grown man. My hands hardened. My back started aching early. Childhood dreams slowly adjusted to reality. Some days the sun burned our skin. Other days rain soaked us to the bone. I'd come home wet, hungry, exhausted, and still sit at the table grateful. Today people chase money, shiny things, fast success. Back then we wanted simple things: warm meals, safe shelter, peaceful sleep. And that was wealth. I learned not to complain about every little thing. I learned endurance. But at night, staring at the ceiling, I sometimes wondered if all this struggle meant something. The answer didn't come quickly. It came when I built my own family. But before that, there was a loss that changed me forever. There was a moment that marked my soul. I lost someone very dear to me while I was still young. I won't go into details. I'll only say this: the house became quieter, and my heart heavier. One evening I sat alone at the kitchen table, staring at an empty chair. The clock ticked loud, the stove crackled softly, and I thought, what good is all this work if I forget to say, I love you? while I still can. That day changed me. I started coming home earlier when possible, listening more, sitting with my children even when tired, looking into my wife's eyes and thanking her without words. Today everyone is busy, always rushing, no time. But hear me clearly. People matter more than things, always. And just when I thought life was done teaching me lessons, old age brought another one. And then age arrived quietly. One morning I realized I couldn't lift what I used to. My knees complained when I stood up. My hands trembled, holding my coffee cup. At first I was scared. I thought I was becoming useless, that my value depended only on what I could produce. I was wrong, because growing old taught me how to truly live. I learned to sit still, to listen, to watch the sky change colors, to breathe slowly, to remember. I discovered that life isn't only about doing, it's also about being present, being kind, being patient, being gentle. Today I see young people exhausted, stressed, chasing goals that leave no room to breathe, and I wish I could whisper to them, life is not a race, it's a long walk. If you run too fast, you miss the flowers. And finally, I learned the most important lesson of all. Here's the truth I learned in 82 years. Sacrifice is not about suffering for nothing. It's not about breaking your body for pride. True sacrifice is choosing love even when it's hard, showing up when no one claps, doing what's right when no one is watching. Yes, I worked from childhood, but I didn't do it for money alone. I did it for my family, for safety, for dignity, for a better tomorrow. I may not be rich in things, but I am rich in memories. Laughter around simple tables, quiet hugs after long days, proud looks that needed no words, and that wealth no one can take away. Before I go, let me speak to you directly. If you worked hard too, if you carried burdens quietly, if you cried alone sometimes, I want you to know something. It mattered. You mattered. Your story matters. You are still here. You are still breathing. You can still love, still forgive, still hope. If someone is near you right now, hold them. If a memory comes to mind, honor it. If pain lives inside you, let it rest. And if you feel like it, leave a comment below and share your story. I'll be right here reading them slowly, like letters from old friends. Thank you for sitting with me today. Thank you for listening to this old farmer's heart. Take care of yourself, rest well, breathe deeply, and remember, as long as the heart keeps beating, there is always hope.